Well, people, I'm just going to turn it over to Mike Sullivan because we have a Stafford rumor intimating something that we have never in the history of Matthew Stafford been able to report. Mike Sullivan.
Yes, 97 won the ticket. Breaking news powered by Radio.com Sports and brought to you by 5 Hour Energy Shots. Now in 2 great tropical flavors. I'm actually about to have one right now.
Oh, my.
Let me drink it real quick. Peach mango. No, I'm not going to drink it on air.
Oh, my.
So here's the news from Michael Silver. Mike Silver on NFL Network. Finally, he said this on Twitter. Finally, in my NFL Network segment, I said this in reference to the Matthew Stafford trade rumors. Some GMs and coaches around the league believe Stafford is the one who wants the Lions to move him. An interesting twist on the story. Stay tuned for more.
For the first time ever, I'm not, like, you can't make that up. For the first time ever, we are hearing a report that Matthew Stafford wants out. I mean, how long have you as fans waited for that? Bob Quinn reporting the other day, oh, Stafford has no desire to leave. Stafford likes it here. You've always heard that. Matthew Stafford may actually want out. That, my friends, that's juicy. That matters because that would be a complete 180 from anything we've ever heard, from any report we've ever read. It's always been about the Lions' unwillingness to deal him. Stafford re-signing, Stafford having no desire to leave, that it was always kind of a marriage that worked, albeit except for the fans because we don't win anything. But this report is different. This isn't Kelly's Instagram. This isn't DIV. This isn't the team looking to move him when it doesn't make sense because financially it doesn't make sense. This is Matthew Stafford being the one who may be initiating this entire thing. Now that's different. Now I know for me, I've waited years for this because I don't know how Stafford mentally can take playing here this long and never win. Just don't know it. I've always wondered, how can a guy want more for himself at this stage of his career? Maybe that's happening. Maybe. I would love to hear from people on this. I mean, I would have no anger towards Matthew Stafford. None. And I think it would be absolutely hilarious for Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, who've done nothing but kiss this guy's ass publicly. I think it'd be hilarious that in a win now edict, they'd be forced to move him or have a $27 million unhappy, angry, and looking to leave quarterback. I mean, you are talking about DEFCON 1. You're talking about just a situation that is, in fact, untenable. So the report, is this thing on, by the way? I'm just wondering. The report says it's Stafford initiating this trade stuff. Stafford wants out. Well, now we got a little something different, don't we? 248-539-9797. My goodness. Mike, you all right?
It's what we've always kind of wondered, but I never really thought I'd hear it with Stafford. He's always been such a loyal, such a hardworking, I'm the quarterback type guy. I don't know, Mike. If this is the case where Stafford does really want out, man, that opens the door to everything. And honestly, though, it would make sense to the reports that we heard a few weeks ago. I totally understand that. If he actually wants out, though, man, quarterback at number 3, that could really have another team hop the Lions and try to draft one. I think I love hearing this because it's actually Stafford maybe finally getting to a point where he said, screw it, I'm done. I've tried it out here, I'm done. And I can't blame him for that.
Now, what percentage do you put that this report has any validity?
Percentage-wise, wow.
That it has any validity, not whether it'll happen.
It does have validity. I would say it's maybe 35, 40%.
Mike, it fits what I've said to you.
It fits with what Kelly Stafford posts on Instagram, too.
Well, no, because it was if Detroit's done with us. No,
Right.
Your husband's done with Detroit, if this report is true. What I've said all along is the players hate this staff's guts. They've never liked them. They didn't like them from the start. And when guys get out of here, whether it's Quandre Diggs, whether it's Glover Quinn, whether it's going to be Graham Glasgow, who I'm telling you is leaving, whether it's Sam Martin, whether it's Ashawn Robinson, people don't want to play here. They don't like these people. So, look, we talked about this. There was clearly something wrong with Stafford a year ago before the season started. Now, the season began, I thought he played some of his best ball. They were still 3-4-1. But in the season prior with Jim Bob Cooter, with as awful as he looked, he didn't look happy. He didn't look like he wanted to be anywhere. Look, Mike, this is not a fun place to play football. They don't win. These coaches are Richards. They don't treat players the way that they're supposed to be treated in the mind of players. They're trying to operate a system that has only succeeded in New England. Mike, how many guys got to leave and tell you how lousy it is for you to start believing it's lousy?
Yeah, and the stuff this year, too, like we've talked about. Trust me. Come on, trust me. From the first game of the year or whatever, early on in the season. Certainly the injury stuff this year.
And then, maybe the crowning jewel, and we are yet to hear this, but maybe the crowning jewel, if there's anything in this rumor, maybe where Stafford drew the line is, I'm not giving you a chance to draft my replacement. You can kiss my ass. I'm demanding a trade. I want out. You want to look at my replacement? You want to go window shopping? Cool. I won't be here for it. Now, that's if this has any validity.
And what would your percentage be that this has some truth to it?
1%.
No, there's at least some
Matthew Stafford
truth to it.
is not the type of human being to execute that type of move. I have said this on the air for years. He just thinks he's one of the guys. I'm just one of the boys. I'm just a member of the team. I'm just a part of my little brotherhood here. I'm just a fun-loving dude who went to Georgia. You're a franchise quarterback. You make $27 million. No matter how hard you try, you're never going to be one of the boys. That's all he is. He's never going to go to ownership. He's never gone and demanded more. Do you think, let me ask you a question, Michael. Do you think if Stafford, who damn well knew they were thinking of taking a tight end at 8, if Stafford went in and said, I'll tell you this right now, go and get me defensive help. My defense isn't good. I need X, Y, and Z. You think they take Hawkinson at 8 last year? I'll tell you for a fact they don't. Aaron Rodgers goes out and says something, the organization responds. Tom Brady goes to Robert Kraft. Hey, Jimmy G, pack your pretty ass up. You're out of here. Quarterbacks speak. Franchises listen.
And Stafford doesn't have that vocal.
Stafford has never done it. No one can produce a report that suggests Stafford has ever demanded more. So, now you want me to believe he's got the chops to execute this? I would be thrilled, but pardon me if I'm a skeptic on it.
But it's like what Wojo said before, too, about Kelly Stafford as well. Clearly, she has been frustrated with stuff. Clearly, she's posted, well, we could move to California.
They bought a house in
They're
California.
talking. Of course, him and his wife are talking about this stuff. I don't think it's that far-fetched, especially with the Local 4 report. We know where that came from. Is it really...
What?
Not even far-fetched, I should say. But I think that Matthew Stafford trade possibility is without a doubt the most realistic it's ever been right here, right now.
The only way this comes to fruition is if Matthew Stafford went to ownership and demanded out. It's not a Quinn and Patricia thing. Matthew would have to go to the leadership council of Sheila and Martha and whomever else and he would have to demand out. Period. And I cannot see that scene in that movie taking place. It would fly in the face of everything you know about your quarterback. Hope I'm wrong. Would love it. I'd buy it on pay-per-view just to see the look on Martha's face when Matthew demands out. Oh, it'd be amazing. And look, it's clear the relationship isn't great. It's clear it's not great with this coaching staff. Probably not great with Quinn. And this locker room has no leadership as it is. This isn't some tight-knit thing. This isn't where there's like players have a bunch of friends in the locker room. You don't have to talk to that many players to kind of see this isn't the tightest knit group in the world. So like that, the fish, the head, it rots from the top.
But you mentioned Stafford, how he's never been vocal about that stuff, and you're right. Maybe it's a situation, though, where Stafford is just quietly pissed off. Or no, he's not going to go out there and yell and scream about it, but maybe he's quietly just pissed. He's had enough, and he wants out, and he's going to say, guys, it's time. It's time to deal me. Not doing it in some vocal way, but he could be at that level maybe. Maybe that's what all this is alluding to.
Look, I'd love it. I got no problem with it.